and thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Newsroom series covering Nigeria's Northeast. I am Bukola Koka. First, the top story. One person has been reported dead and many others injured following an explosion at the factory of the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, in the Kakuri industrial area of Kaduna South local government. The explosion reportedly occurred at about 10 a.m. on Saturday. Although the management of DICON is yet to make any official statement over the cause of the explosion, our correspondent reports that the sound of the explosion shook many communities located within Kaduna South and Chikun local government area. The entire general area where the DICON factory is located has been cordoned off by military personnel, while the injured are said to have been rushed to nearby hospitals for urgent medical treatment. As part of what the state government has tagged his recovery drive, the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, has inaugurated a new College of Nursing and Midwifery, 200 lock-up shops and 20-room staff quarters for teachers in Gwaza local government area. The governor says these projects aim to improve education, healthcare and economic activity in the area. Governor Zulum assures residents that his administration remains committed to rebuilding lives and communities despite the devastation caused by years of insurgency. Once controlled by insurgents, Gwaza is now witnessing major infrastructural development.
It's the commissioning of projects in Gwaza as part of Governor Babagana Zulum's post-insurgency recovery program. The first project to be commissioned is the College of Nursery and Midwifery, a replica of the one recently commissioned in Mongunu. The college has several lecture theatres, hostels, an office complex, library, and demonstration rooms.
Your Excellency, this is not just a building. It is but a center which will help greatly in the reduction or in the saving of many lives. Lives especially of pregnant women and children newborns, as these are unfortunately very high, not only in Borno State, but in the entire country.
Governor Babagana Zulum explains that his mission in the insurgency-affected area is to strengthen healthcare delivery.
We stand not just in a town, but on a monument to Nigerian resilience. Together we gather to consciously shift the narrative. We have gathered too many times to mourn, to build from ashes and to commemorate our losses. And today we gather for a different reason. Together we gather to invest in life. We are here to commission an institution whose sole purpose is to preserve life, to nurture it and to celebrate it.
The governor also announces plans to employ more nurses to serve health facilities across the state.
About 3 years ago, Borno State government has sponsored about 1,300 students of Borno State indigents to study nursing and midwifery courses in the School of Nursing. I'm pleased to bring to a kind notice that about 500 of them will be graduating this year. We have bonded them for 5 years, and all the 500 will be recruited, inshallah.
From there, the team proceeds to commission 20 staff quarters at the College of Nursing and Midwifery and at the Federal College of Education, Gwaza. The governor also inaugurates 200 lock-up shops and market stalls, lays the foundation for a Jumat mosque, and later visits the Emir of Gwaza, Alhaji Mohammed Timta.
This day is more memorable to me than the day I was tabbed as Emir. That day you made many promises, and today you have not only fulfilled them but also added new projects. You always come to Gwaza with new things. Your Excellency, you have set history for us. We never believed we could come back and witness such development. After Goza was overrun and later recaptured, you began rebuilding as commissioner. And as governor, you have continued the good work. We are grateful.
With these projects, Borno State now has 3 colleges of nursing and midwifery, as well as eye and orthopedic hospitals, in addition to several general hospitals across the state.
The Yobe State Police Command is leading the charge in a sensitization program for scrap and waste dealers on the dangers of handling disposed metals that could pose risks to society. The sensitization program, organized for members of the National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria, with a focus on harmful items such as unexploded devices. Representative of the Commissioner of Police, the Potiskum Area Commander, ACP Ruben Lazarus, calls on individuals in the trade to register with the Scrap and Waste Dealers Association for proper regulation and safety.
The business of scavenging, popularly known as scrap and waste dealing, has for years created jobs for many young people in Nigeria, but it also comes with serious disadvantages. Stolen items and dismantled metals are often sold as scrap, while in insurgency-affected areas, dangerous objects such as unexploded devices are brought into the market in the name of scrap metal. To curb these risks, the Nigeria Police Command in Yobe State, acting on the directive of the Inspector General of Police, holds an awareness campaign for members of the National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria in Potiskum.
It's the Inspector General of Police that has given the directives. So he said that we should organize this program here in order to enlighten you and also to educate you on the need for you to be conscious of the security challenges we're having now in the country. You can agree with me that you are stakeholders in this program. Other people can hide behind your trade to cause havoc in the community. But if you are enlightened and you're educated on your role, you will be of great help to the Nigerian police and to the security architecture of this country.
The police find it difficult to raise awareness to those dealers association to be mindful of scrap they buy or pick around in places of violence like Yobe. In Yobe also there are certain local government areas which we also mark as areas where those type of explosive item can be found.
The chairman of the Scrap and Waste Dealers Association in Yobe State describes desensitization as timely, noting that it has enlightened members on what they should or should not buy.
In this seminar or training, am I going to say, we have acquired so many knowledge, which is so far we don't know it, how to prevent ourselves from bomb and how to prevent ourselves from any electrical equipment. Then through this seminar that we have did, we have known so many bombs that so far we don't know them. Then they show us practically. Then I believe that my people from this 11 local government, they have acquired more knowledge.
The police command advises all individuals in the business to register with the association for easy identification and monitoring in order to promote safety and accountability.
Governor Umar Fintiri has assured the Igbo community in Adamawa State of continued inclusion in the state's governance structure. The governor gave this charge when leaders of the Igbo community paid him a solidarity visit at the government house in Yola, the state capital, where he stressed the importance of promoting national unity beyond social and cultural differences. For years, the Igbo community has played a major role in the socio-economic growth of Adamawa State. And at this banquet hall inside the government house in Yola, the state capital, sons and daughters of the Igbo community, led by the Ezendibo, Igwe, Godwin, Omenaka, gather to appreciate Governor Hamadu Fintiri for creating a peaceful and supportive environment for their livelihood. The event features displays of traditional Igbo cultural dance. Addressing the audience, Ezendibo Omenaka describes Governor Fintiri as a visionary leader who is repositioning Adamawa State for the future.
We want them to join up to show you that Igbos are one wherever you are. Those days are past. And without changing, but nobody will know who is wrong. So now, tell you now we are one. And God has let us and remain one.
Governor Fintiri commends the Igbo community for their resilience and entrepreneurial spirit.
We're all Nigerians. This country belongs to all of us. Let's all strive and do our best to ensure that we create more unity among ourselves. If Nigeria prospers, we all prosper. If Nigeria develops, we all develop. We're one and the same. What matters for us is one Nigeria, and we will continue to work hard as leaders to ensure that nothing shakes the unity of this country.
Community leader Stephen Madua notes that the Igbos have earned the goodwill they enjoy in Adamawa, while the President General of the Igbo Cultural Association, Emmanuel Nwabueze, thanks the governor for providing infrastructure that helps businesses thrive.
You can see the beauty of social inclusion. So Igbo community in Adamawa State, they are one, and the governor is with them, and they are with the governor.
This visit to the governor, it is the thing we Igbos have been dreaming. We want to thank governor for what he has been doing. You know, most of us are traders. When you have security and peace, we do our business. You see the roads, you see the market. 80% of the people that we benefit in market, they are Igbos. We are commerce oriented.
Meanwhile, Governor Omar Fintiri has revealed that a new modern market will be built in Yola to accommodate Igbo traders dealing in building materials. And now to politics. Despite what many consider a strong opposition, the People's Democratic Party in Taraba State says it remains committed to retaining power and delivering good governance across the state. The state's party chairman, Mr. Abubakar Bawa, made this known as the PDP welcomes over 100,000 new members, including 3 lawmakers from the State Assembly who defected from the NNPP and APGA.
The People's Democratic Party PDP in Taraba State holds a rally to welcome over 100,000 new members. The event follows the defection of 2 members of the State Assembly from the New Nigeria People's Party NNPP and the only All Progressives Grand Alliance lawmaker in northern Nigeria. The lawmakers apologized to their former parties, saying their decision is inspired by Governor Agbu Kefa's inclusive style of governance and their desire to deliver more dividends of democracy to their people.
My work to the MPP, we are doing this for sacrifice. So my people in the NNPP, they should bear witness that we want to make sacrifice for our people. We are not doing this for ourselves, we are doing it for our people. Since it is a sacrifice to go back to the ruling party so that we can bring development to our people, my NNPP member, I'm sorry for what really happened. I'm elected simply because of these people. So I must make sacrifice for these people.
I'm the only member in the entire northern Nigeria from the 19 states that win election under APGA. Looking at what the governor is doing, the performance of governor in the states, this is what gives me the joy and the impression. Seeing myself, as I'm coming from the minority party, why am I continue staying while the governor is still have his people in his mind? That is what impressed me to join the PDP.
Just last month, the All Progressives Congress (APC) defeated the PDP in the Karim 1 by-election. But with these defections, the PDP regains ground while promising to reclaim its lost mandate.
What I'm saying is...
The state chairman of the party urges the people to support the lawmakers and the administration of Governor Kefas in delivering more benefits of democracy.
I am sure we did not lose any election, the last election. Just because we have people who are armed robbers, they ambush and stole away our mandate. But we are going to reclaim it by the grace of God. That is the truth.
Governor Agbu Kefas, represented by the Speaker of the State Assembly, assures residents of more open-door policies to drive his development agenda.
He is going to do his best to ensure that there is peace and development in Ibi and the state in general. Since the member that was representing them has decided to come back home. And this is not because of any other thing, but to identify with him, support him, so that he moves Taraba to the next level.
With residents celebrating the defections, the PDP now strengthens its majority in the State Assembly with 16 members, while the APC holds 7 seats.
And still to come on the program, the Federal Polytechnic Kaltungo in Gombe State records significant progress in academics and administration. Stay with us for details just ahead. Welcome back. The Federal Polytechnic Kaltungo in Gombe State, created in 2020 under the administration of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, is reporting significant progress in academics and administration. The new rector, Dr. Ibrahim Gashua, has launched key reforms, including the introduction of 15 new courses such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and mass communication, while also pushing for full accreditation of the 26 existing courses.
The Federal Polytechnic Kaltungo in Gombe State, created in 2020 under the administration of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, is recording major progress in academics and administration within the first 100 days of 2025. The new rector, Dr. Ibrahim Babale Gashua, has launched key reforms to strengthen research, learning, character, and leadership. He is also working to expand the institution's programs with plans to introduce 15 new courses such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and mass communication, while pushing for full accreditation of the 26 existing courses. The Federal Polytechnic Kaltungo Gombe State was established 5 years ago by former President Muhammadu Buhari, the same year as the Federal Polytechnic Daura in Katsina State. The mission is to provide cognitive and practical training for young people in both states. Since its takeoff in 2020, the institution has faced several challenges that slowed its growth and limited its full potential. Now, the new leadership under the rector, Dr. Ibrahim Babale Gashua, says it is making a fresh start. Within his first 100 days, he has taken steps to reposition the Polytechnic for academic excellence.
When you look at the type of courses that we have, you cannot find some of them in those institutions. In all the institutions that you've listed, you can't find tourism management technology, you can't find statistics there, you cannot find computer engineering, electrical engineering, crime management technology, you can't find it. And we're bringing in a diploma in pharmaceutical sciences, nutrition and dietetics. These are courses that are unique that you cannot find there. I've worked in a polytechnic before moving to this place. I've worked for 16 years somewhere before I moved to the Federal Polytechnic Kaltungo. And I can tell you that with the way he's moving, by the time he finishes his tenure, we should be the best in northeastern Nigeria.
With the goal of becoming one of Nigeria's leading polytechnics, the school has upgraded its physical and electronic libraries. It has also introduced new courses in artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, mass communication, and dietetics. All 26 courses are now in line for accreditation soon.
Library information resources are accessed not only within the vicinity of the library, but outside the library. You will be in the comfort of your office and you access our information resources. That is our target now.
The world is going global. Every department, whether you like it or not, you must have a relationship with computer. And you need security, and you need computer security as a whole. He has been bringing in new trends that are developmental to our institution.
Students share how these new changes are shaping their academic dreams and career ambitions.
This new administration has also helped cover up to make more improvements.
As part of the reforms, the Polytechnic has introduced installment payments for tuition fees for students. The rector has also sponsored at least 15 indigent students while pushing for better working conditions and promotions for academic, non-academic, and casual staff.
And here's some worrying news for residents in Bauchi State as the government declares a fresh outbreak of cholera, which has so far claimed 58 lives and infected over 200 persons. The Deputy Governor, Mr. Awal Jatau, confirms the outbreak during the inauguration of the State Cholera Steering Committee and the Technical Working Group. Correspondent Hajara Aliu reports.
Cholera is once again sweeping through communities in Bauchi State, and the impact on affected communities has been severe. Medical experts attribute the outbreak to the consumption of contaminated food and water, driven largely by poor sanitation and hygiene. In 2021, the state distributed 1.5 million doses of the oral cholera vaccine in an earlier effort to curb the spread. Despite this, the disease has resurfaced, currently affecting 14 local government areas. In response, the state government inaugurates a cholera steering committee and a technical working group to coordinate interventions. Chairing the steering committee, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Awal Jatau, emphasizes the urgency of the crisis and urges members to implement effective prevention and control strategies.
The establishment of the cholera steering committee is not only timely but essential. As at week 35, the Bauchi State recorded not less than 258 new cases and 58 fatalities.
Development partners have also pledged full support for the state's response efforts.
While we make frantic efforts to control outbreaks, we sincerely believe that providing safe water access in communities, promoting good hygiene behaviors and sanitation practices in communities will help us to prevent any outbreak at all.
WHO is very ready to support the states at different levels, in order to foretell the spread of cholera from state level down to the service points at ward level.
As the rainy season intensifies, it brings with it an increased risk of waterborne diseases. Public health authorities are expected to step up awareness campaigns to educate residents on prevention and hygiene practices to contain the spread of the disease. Hajara Aliyu, Channels Television News.
Leaders of Madagali and Michika local government areas of Adamawa State are applauding Governor Umaru Fintiri for what they describe as his post-insurgency development strides in their communities. The leaders who gave the commendation during a solidarity visit to the governor in Yola, the state capital, pledged to support the administration's efforts to rebuilding the affected communities.
Following the establishment of a chiefdom in Madagali community of Adamawa State, a delegation from the local government area and the government house, Yola, to appreciate Governor Umar Fintiri for heeding to their long-standing request. The traditional stool is one of 7 created by the state government in January of 2025 as part of the broader initiative to deepen governance at the grassroots. The delegation also appreciates the state government for the post-insurgency recoveries in the area.
Your Excellency, your vision of governance has reached grassroots, and today we stand as grateful beneficiaries of that. Gratitude is not enough. Gratitude must match with action and loyalty with action. I pledge total loyalty to you and your government.
The traditional council was fully inaugurated last month, and Governor Fintiri is asking them to achieve progress in the current recovery efforts.
For me as your son, I will continue to make you proud. And to assure you that I have really recovered Adamawa State. Adamawa is on the path of development, is in the path of progress, as in on the path of unity.
Next is a delegation from Michika. Madagali and Michika were the worst hit local government areas by the Boko Haram insurgency in Adamawa State. Just like Madagali, the Michika delegation appreciates the governor for restoring their chiefdom, as well as the post-insurgency recovery projects.
The final relocation of Adamawa State College of Health Science and Technology from MOVI has clearly shown your commitment to the development of our community. We in Michika have waited for the relocation for a very long time, but your coming has made this seemingly impossible mission to be the reality.
In his response, Governor Fintiri assures the community of his administration's determination to run an inclusive government. The delegations are going home with a promise from the governor that more projects will be done for their communities.
And that's our offering on the program for you today. Join us again same time next week, all through the week, when we bring you different editions covering different parts of the country. I am Bukola Koka. Bye for now.